Right.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 of 2/3 1 Com. I need to read you that one.
One content.
Take 2.
Two-thirds one podcast. Two-thirds one podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 of 2/3 1 podcast. I'm Hopsdane and I'm with
Lejebo.
the infamous.
Infamous.
Oh, I'll get it up again.
Infamous
Lejebo. We've been missing. We have been missing. We had no podcast.
Been hiding.
We had no podcast in November and December. We've just been busy,
Shame.
unfortunately, with
Life.
personal things. But New Year, we are back. We've got an episode. We're going to do a quick roundup of last year's best beers, what we liked, what we've been drinking over Christmas, New Year, etc. And then we're going to talk about some of these in front of us, maybe some breweries and some trends for 2022.
Yeah. So
How you been?
Yeah, busy. Life things. Lots of life things over the past 8 weeks, but we've hit 2022. Everything's good so far.
Did you have anything good over Christmas?
No.
What about New Year?
New Year, yes. I did find that Paradise Island from it's Vault in it.
Yeah. So they've got a Paradise. I think they've got a Paradise series.
That Paradise Island.
What flavours was it?
It was that mango passion fruit.
Oh, right, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Is that the one with guava and kiwi?
Yeah.
Yeah, quality.
That, and as soon as I had it, I went trying to buy it off the website and they don't have it.
No, I had it a few months ago.
I had it down at Market Street. They had it at the back.
Right.
And I was just like, I just needed something like to get me going. I wanted something stronger. And I looked through the list that they had. I was like, oh, let me try this.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about Vault later when we talk about trends and stuff, but just whilst we're on with Vault, I had mango coconut dream cake. And I posted it. I did a review of it recently, and it was you got like all the flavors hit, and I said it in my review, like they don't hit like hops hit. They hit like I'm actually
I'm
tasting like mango. I'm tasting the coconut, and it was the first time I think I have had a beer, and throughout the whole beer, it didn't feel like a beer. It felt like I was drinking a smoothie that I would make in the morning. I just thought it's absolute madness, wizardry stuff, and
it blurs the lines of whether it is actually a beer sometimes.
but it is a beer.
Yeah.
It's brewed like a beer.
It's brewed like a beer, but the flavours are just not beer-like.
Insane, aren't they?
Absolutely fantastic. I think everything I've had from Vault has not disappointed.
No, and I think they've scaled up a bit now as well. They've got a tap room.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Edinburgh?
Just outside, I think.
Okay. Could take
But yeah,
two-thirds to Edinburgh.
Gotta go.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so Christmas, New Year, I'm not sure if you've seen, I decided to do an all-stout advent calendar, which was a fucking slog. It was a slog, it was hard. And then I think at one point in the month I was...
Good job I brought 2 then.
Yeah, well, I've not had a stout since, and one of them was the Bourbon County. But I was 6 days behind at one point.
Oh, God.
And so it was made up of stouts that I'd collected throughout the year.
Right.
Lynn topped me up with some.
So what did you do the 12 days?
24.
24. Oh, full advent calendar.
Advent calendar.
My head went...
Not 12 days of Christmas. Yeah.
Stoutmass, no.
No, I did 24
stouts.
Right. And then...
Wowzers.
I think they must have had about
Tony
two or three which were reasonable ABVs. It's a dark month.
It's been a dark month.
It's a dark month. As black as night in most toilet visits. So some of them, like I had like 2 or 3 which ranged from quite low ABVs. But I said, Lynn, look, the high ABV ones, can you just try and arrange them for the weekends? Because that would be better.
Yeah.
But then I got 6 beers behind.
because you just didn't.
And I think there was one Saturday where I had 4 stouts. I started at like 3:30, and they were all 10% or over. I was hungover the next day massively. Yeah, it was hectic. But yeah, by the end, as good as the stouts were, because I had some absolute bangers, and not just pastry ones, like actual good old-fashioned solid stouts. As good as it was, yeah, come 25th, it was a slog. The one of the stouts I had, was it Vocation and Lervig collaboration. Stavanger. I don't actually know what.
Is that Russian?
I don't know what that means.
Stavanger. Is that like cheese in Russian or something like that?
Stavanger. It was a Belgian stout, right? This out the can felt like a cask beer.
Oh.
I don't know how they did it. I mean, I've said it in the past. Sometimes it's cask-like and it's quite smooth, but this is the closest I've ever had a beer where out the can it was like having a cask beer. It was insanely smooth and creamy, and if you've been seeing my Instagram lately, they don't like the word creamy, so just gonna get that out there now. Creamy.
New for 2022.
So, but I actually think this is one for you. Vocation, Lervig, Stavanger.
Stavanger.
What does that mean? We're gonna have to find out. Stavanger. Oh, it's a place. That was it. Yeah, it's a place in Norway, which is where Lervig are from.
Stavanger. So, I mean,
but you're greeting people in Stavanger, going Stavanger.
Yeah, thinking it's Russian, and they're speaking Norwegian. So there's something very similar in Russian. I'm sure it's like cheese or something like that.
Did you have a look at your favourite beers from last year?
I did, yeah, and I've got a couple that I.
Did you have to go to Untap like I did?
Yeah. Well, there was one thing I put in there that I'd had, and I thought I don't recall any other lager I'd had all year that I thought, I've not had this for
I know which one it is.
You know which one it is, don't you? Because I got it specifically because I'd not had it for.
It's Lowenbrow.
It's Lowenbrow. Most people would think it's Lowenbrow, but it was actually Orangey Boom.
Orangey Boom? Did they still do that?
Yeah, and it used to be our road trip beers.
Right.
Back at uni, so 15 plus years ago. And I just saw it in the supermarket and I was like, oh my God. So I bought 4 cans and demolished them.
Really?
Yeah. Put it in the fridge.
Thirst quenchingly good?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think there was more of
I remember it being quite bitter.
Yeah. It's not fresh, it's not clean. It's a dirty Dutch lager.
Dirty.
But I was like...
It's dirty.
It's dirty. But yeah, it was good. And then
So that was your favourite lager of the year?
Well, no, it was on par with that from Glasshouse, Holocene.
Oh, right, okay. You had that at Leeds?
No, I bought that specifically.
Right, okay.
From Glasshouse.
I don't know why that took me so long to process. I don't know, for the people who are listening to us, Jason said something and it took me like 3.5 seconds to process it. It wasn't even anything complicated. I'm a little bit hungover today. It is
not been to Leeds for oh wow. Yeah, that was another one lager that I'd liked.
So that was more nostalgia for you then?
Yeah, Orangey Boom. Because that when I was thinking about what lager, I only ever if I'm buying lager to drink at home, I buy Estrella.
Oh, okay.
Because again, I drank loads of it when I worked out in Spain.
Damn.
So yeah, it's one of those. I'll just drink it like pop. It's fine.
Yeah, my guilty pleasure or my pop is Heineken. I know, but for some reason in the summer I just
cold Heineken.
It's cold Heineken. I mean, it's shit, but I love it. It's just sweet water. Isn't
it? Here it tastes weird. In Holland, it tastes.
Yeah, I've had a fresh one where they scoop the head off and everything. It's Quite the experience.
It's pretty good in the factory, in the brewery.
Oh, I've never been to the brewery though.
It's pretty good fun. They do a nice educational tour. Me and my mate went on the tour, and there was loads of like random tourists, and obviously, does anybody know what this is? Hops. Do you know what kind of family there's the plant's related to? Weeds.
You knew all the answers.
Being like, yeah, we're just going like.
Does anybody else know?
Everyone's just looking around, going, "What's this? What?" He's like answering. I'm like, "I'll leave now. I just want to go and get a fresh one." But it was really
That's
good.
it with brewery tours though. I think I've been on about 4 or 5. Once you've seen one, fucking hell, you've seen them all.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what's left to see now?
I just want to get to the end where I get my beer.
And
like,
sometimes the food, yeah.
yeah,
I
food's
want-
good. Yeah, like a Guinness factory, the food's wicked upstairs.
That's a little bit different. There's like a...
Oh, it's changed again, hasn't it?
Has it?
Yeah, so like there's...
You don't work your way to the top?
Yeah, you work your way to the top, but I think there's 2 places you can eat now.
Oh, right.
I think in the middle there's a cafe. And then obviously because they've added the like things like the hop past 13 and stuff, there's a few more facts about these magical brews that
Right.
have been under wraps for hundreds of years, and they've decided to brew them again.
You know Conor McGregor's bringing out
Lucky 12.
No. A beer. Like a Guinness Stout.
Is he?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's weird, isn't he now?
He's weird, yeah. He's done for it. He's not going to fight again.
Have you seen that picture of him with his thing? He looks with his wife beater on and his jeans. He looks like Popeye. It just- Like,
Insert picture.
yeah. There you go.
So he's bringing out a stout.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called.
McGregor stout.
Obviously
'Cause
very Irish.
His whiskey's Lucky 12 in it.
Yeah. I've never tried it.
No, I don't think it's not. I think it's just a blended whiskey in it.
Oh, okay.
But then Brendan Schaub's got his, hasn't he? Like Tiger Thick whiskey.
Has he?
Yeah, he's got a blended whiskey out as well. Tiger
Right.
Thick.
He loves Tiger. Oh, Tiger's his son, isn't it?
Tiger's his son, yeah, and his media company's called Thickboy Productions
Right,
with
that
3
makes
C's.
sense. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe one day we'll get our own whiskey. What would
We
you
should
call
get
it?
beer first, really.
We should. To be honest, if anybody wants to help on Beer Day, then
Yeah.
we'll happily do a collab and muck in to do a...
Yeah, if
We've got some interesting ideas ranging from Belgian stouts called Stavanger that drink like cask,
and a very
sour tippers.
a sour imperial tipper
Yeah.
that also is tasty as Lauren Brown. If anyone wants to make a double dry hopped
What about custard,
pilsner,
a custard cream beer?
custard cream beer. How about Indian sweet infused beers?
Well, our friends on the front here, who aren't actually our friends, Bunderbust, they like to do stuff like that. don't they?
Yeah. Oh, they're on my list actually.
Well, they've got a new brewery slash tap slash
They've got a tap
eatery
room.
open in Manchester now.
Yeah, and the pale that Daya did with him.
Oh, that is banging.
It's my pale. It's my pale
It
of
is.
last year.
Yeah, do you know what? So I think we're going to go on to pales in a second.
Oh,
Good segue. But just to confirm, my favourite lagers from last year, as if you didn't mention it, we had it together.
Lager.
Little Foam.
Oh, is that your?
That
you
was,
really?
Well, it was my highest rated one, but I don't know if I was a bit drunk when I had it and I overrated it. But it's my highest rated lager
Do you know what?
from last year.
He's done. He's. If he just brought out medium foam, perfect.
Why does he have to go? Why does he have to go big to little?
Little.
I just want medium.
I just want medium foam because it is super tasty.
Yeah,
It's super good. Like big foam, proper wobble on it.
yeah. You want
Little foam, same good taste. A little less carbonation, but really tasty. Really tasty.
Do you think there'll be one after big?
Well,
Super big.
he's brewing loads of different things now, though, isn't he?
Yeah, there's been some smoky beers and stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
He's not done anything for
Which
me.
I've not tried, to be honest. I can't.
No,
Can't
I've seen some like mention of his new. Was it not not a smoked lager. It was a smoked something.
It was
Was it a smoked lager?
not sure what it was. Yep. So go on, let's go to pales then. Yours was
Yeah, so
the
the
Bundo. So I had that last year as well.
Bundo Day.
And yeah,
Fantastic.
banging pale. Yeah, so I would imagine at Bundo that's probably on tap. Might be their
didn't
signature
have
pale.
a chance to go in yesterday. It was on my list, but I didn't have time.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did go Manchester, and I was like, I want to go here, and then we didn't have time. I got a train back.
Mine was a double dry opt pale from Chain House, Supernatural Possession.
Oh, yeah.
That was just
That's
insane.
what they brought to Market Street, didn't they?
No, did they? I don't know.
Bones, or did they bring bones?
It might have been Bamboo Bones.
Bamboo bones, sorry, it was
Yeah.
bamboo bones.
Yeah, I hope he brews that again, just because colour-wise it looked like chicken stock. What are you laughing at my description for?
know-how.
Why are you laughing at my descriptions for? Beers can look like chicken stock. What? Would you rather I said turkey stock or what? Why is that so funny?
Chicken stock?
Not only does it look good, it's also appealing.
Chicken, I've never heard.
You must have read some of my reviews and I've described them as chicken stock.
I'm not going to lie, people,
I don't read.
because it's a paragraph.
It's two paragraphs.
I read a couple of lines and then move on with my day. But chicken stock?
No, have you never heard that?
I've never heard chicken stock.
Sorry.
Because I'm thinking gravy in my head.
Well, yeah,
so
but it's like a milk, it's like a roux in it, like a milky butter, like
a roux, like a demi-glace.
a demi-glace.
A demi-glace. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yeah. So yeah, great beer.
You like Derek then, because that comes out looking a bit like that.
Can't wait for Desert.
Desmeralda. I had a close second from Overtone. Suave.
Suave, yeah, you're loving that.
I properly enjoyed that. I just think flavour-wise, the Bundo beats it, but a really good drink.
No, that's
Really good drink.
two decent beers to pair off against each other.
They're my two favourites.
Where did you have the Bundo Pale? Did you have it in can or out of a keg?
Can.
Yeah.
I bought it,
So you got 500 ml of the goodness.
I bought a can. I bought that and I bought something else at the same time. I think I picked up something from Beak. But I think I drank a few other things and then I tried these. And I don't think I checked everything in.
Yeah, I think Beak had a really good year. Popple was a good one. They did a nice Vienna lager. I finally had their Stout Oopla. That was quite good with my advent calendar. You were thinking thingy then, weren't you? Umpa Lumpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were. Did you have Beak Belief?
No. I'm trying to see if I can see the
I think
can.
it's Popple. I had Popple. Popple was amazing.
Yeah, it was Popple. It's Popple.
Yeah.
It's the can. I remember the can, the label.
That's the one, yeah.
Popple, tasty. I think everything they've done, there's not been bad reviews.
Yeah,
Popular stuff.
they're producing some good shit.
Good.
Did you have any dippers and tippers? Is this a category just for me?
No, I did, because I think Honk from Cloudy Dipper. I think.
Honk if you're horny.
Honk if you're horny. Honk question mark.
Honk?
Honk.
Honk?
That was by Cloud.
Right.
And it was okay.
You're not a dipper and a tipper.
No, I
ABV
no.
is,
There was, and I think there was a LH brew that might just be under the category of thingy, but it tasted like a dipper. I think it's like a 6.9. It's like 6.8.
Yeah,
3.
8 is normally the
Yeah.
range, unless you're Belgium and
Lost in Nectar on. That was pretty good, but yeah, the Honk was okay. It was okay. Yeah, it was, yeah.
My DIPA was Cloudwater's collaboration with Monkish and Trillium. Trillium or Treehouse? I'm gonna say Trillium. It was insert hip hop reference there. Although Hopzine made a good point, shouldn't it be insert hip hop reference here? If you look at the can.
Oh no, the arrow's pointing into the cassette
So they're saying
holder,
into
the cassette deck.
Insert it there.
Insert it there.
Yeah.
Insert it here would be where the text is. Insert it there is where the
okay,
cassette
well, there you go.
holder
There you go.
would be, because that's its boombox. So we should.
So I like this beer. It was a triple IPA, drank fantastically, and it was hip hop themed. So you know.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
That was my tipper / dipper of the year. That was just superb.
Superb.
There was a lot of tippers. I drank a lot of tippers as well between Christmas and New Year.
You're so seen.
Yeah, I'm on trend.
2021.
I'm on trend.
2021
yeah.
trend.
But you're kind of doomed. Like, you just have a tipper and it's like, I'm gonna have one more and then I'm gonna feel a bit drunk and then I have to go to bed and stuff. I need to stop drinking them because, like, I just want a pale or an IPA and I can have a couple. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And some of these tippers, like, they're drinking fantastically to the point where they're just going down in seconds.
And then it's 11% and you're dead.
Couch potato.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you're mullered.
Yeah, Thomas Mullard.
Yeah.
Did you venture into stouts for last year?
I did, and I had the nitro milk thing from Left Handed.
Oh.
Just to try a
nitro in a can.
Yeah. So very pleasant.
Yeah, to be honest, they are a bit casky as well, aren't they? They do.
Yeah,
they do come across quite good.
Not packed with flavour, and I think that's the nitro-y, like, lightening of the thing. But easy drink.
Science,
science, bitch.
Yeah.
Not super strong, not super any one direction, easy to drink. But yeah, I was just intrigued. And Left Hand do, like, a lot of good stuff on the whole. So I was like, if I'm going to try one, I'll try that one.
Well, as you know, I had plenty of stouts to choose from.
On the first day of Stout, there's my true love said to me.
I had 24 in December alone.
24 cans of Guinness.
So I had I think I'll pick two. I'll pick two, even though I've mentioned a few already. Cloudwater's My Continuous Improvement, the Black Forest version, which was like Gatto in a can.
Ooh.
Literally Gatto in a can.
Yeah.
Insane in the membrane. And then Neon Raptors Defeat the Rancor, which was, I don't think it was one of their birthday beers. It was out just before their birthday beers. Superb. But that was like 13%, I think. That was a bit of a stonker, that one.
I think the problem with that is, and it's you can't have, if you're going to go for a couple of beers, you can't have one of those. Because even at the end of a few beers having that, it just knocks you for six.
Yeah, this one was a pecan maple Danish imperial stout. And yeah, super thick, and it did feel a bit, there was a good maple syrup, but maple syrup can be quite overpowering. But I think they nailed it with this one.
Strong flavour.
But yeah, pastry stout, which tasted a bit like pastry. So,
well,
see what you did there.
That's the trend.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a stout, make it taste like a pudding.
Should we have a beer?
Yay!
Do you want to tell us a story about dessert? You can tell a story whilst I pour it.
Yeah. So this is Goose.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Goose because
of Goose Island.
Because of Goose Island, and don't shut your glass as well. But do you know what? We'll drink whatever.
Yeah. I'll. You pour, and then you have a taste, and you tell me. Alright. But I bought a beer called Derrick based on the fact that I've named a lot of things Derek.
Oh, yeah.
In the office.
Oh,
So
right.
I have various computers for demoing. We have various things, and I just needed I made a fresh install of some equipment, and I needed a name, and I don't know where Derek came from. So then I had a laptop called Derek. I had one called Derek Jr. I had cousin Derek, and then we had like Derek Senior. There's a whole family of Dereks, and people are like, "What's the log on for Derek?"
So when you saw the beard, Derek,
I was like, "I'm gonna have to buy it. I'm gonna
buy
Derek because I spell it the same way. It's well, no C."
Oh, okay. Derek.
So Derek.
Derek.
Yeah. So when I went to buy these the bourbon age stuff, I saw the Derek and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to try this. Hazy IPA could be good."
What's the ABV?
It's only 4.2 Super Session.
IPA.
Yeah, hazy.
Right.
Super Session.
Yeah, very orangey. Grapefruit.
Citrus, all citrus. Looks like
Chicken stock.
just the average chicken stock.
Yeah, it's easy drinking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got not a lot after that initial little bit of.
Yeah, there's like a citrusy bite there, isn't there? And then all of a sudden it's a bit dead.
It's gone. Yeah. So
Quite dry on that back end as well.
yeah. So I bought about 8 cans of it in the end.
But I'd say that's a decent session beer.
Yeah. It's not super hazy, but it's not heavy.
I think
Drinks quick.
the question on everyone's tip of the tongue is, are you going to buy more, Derek?
I probably, if I saw it out, I'd probably pick up a can or two just to
What,
have as an
season
easy
two?
drink.
You're
Yeah.
doing season 2 of Derek.
Season 2, Derek. Oh, so, what is this?
So yeah, we were going to bring beers from breweries who we thought might have a good year this year, or we want to see more of. Unfortunately, that idea went to pot a little bit. Aaron's fault.
Yeah, and I was too lazy to go Leyland.
Yeah. So my beer is from AZVEX, and I've had 3 beers from them so far. I've had 2 double IPAs, and I've had that IPA already.
Ooh.
And from a colour perspective, some outstanding colours going on, like very chicken stocky, very very hazy, very eye-catching, I'd say. But flavour-wise, like quite an old school IPA DIPA kind of flavours coming through with lots of that was nice hoppy bite. With just good hop profiles. I've been really impressed, and I think they're only like less than 10 beers in, and they're producing stuff like this. So I think they're going to have a pretty decent year.
Interesting.
And they're from Liverpool.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't realise they were that local. Might be worth going. Have they got a shop?
Don't think online shop, possibly. Yeah.
Interesting.
So they were. Have you seen the brewery Alpha Delta?
No.
Right. So there was a bit of controversy because that is basically Alpha Delta's logo that they've just turned upside down. So if you look at Alpha Delta,
Oh yeah.
they've just put the thing through and then turned it upside down.
Yeah, they've linked the 2 triangles. Oh.
Not sure if it's intentional, but
Well,
maybe there's
it's
a bit of an inspiration there, maybe.
I mean, it is different.
Yeah, so then I think Alpha Delta then released a beer called AZVEX, I think.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, recently. Just as a joke,
At least they're not taking it too seriously.
Yeah, exactly. So should we crack it open? In true 2/3 one podcast style, we are not going to clean our glasses. We're just going to go straight in.
Straight in.
That's what she said.
We like a dirty rim.
It didn't click then. podcast is not for our parents, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got nice colour.
Yeah, like a bright yellow. I can't remember which one's yours. And which
It's
one's
more
mine
veg
now.
stock.
Veg stock.
It's more canoe cube.
Creamy head. Which one was yours? Which one was mine?
This is me.
So yeah, I had this one New Year's Eve with my good friend Robert.
Rabbit.
Robert. OG
Eggsy.
Rob, yeah, Eggsy.
Lots of smells. Oh. It's creamy, isn't it? It's proper creamy. More smell than taste.
Yeah, I think the, especially on the dippers, the aromas were really good.
Very subtle. But it smells like it's going to punch you in the mouth.
But it's quite punchy, isn't it?
Pleasant.
Yeah, it is a bit in your face, isn't it?
Yeah, smell wise. What's everyone's favourite Bible? Rate it. Let's have a look.
Everyone's favourite Bible. So I got 4.11.
Ooh.
Which is quite high, I'd say, for an IPA.
Yeah, because they're not in fashion, are they? Or will they be 2022?
But again, yeah, quite earthy. It's got like a sweet melon kind of.
Citrus, Simcoe, Mosaic and Azaka.
And then again, quite dry on that back end as well.
Not as dry as Derek. I reckon
No,
Derek was,
Derek's a bit drier.
Yeah. So you gave it a solid 4. Beer in 5 words. How did you manage this?
Well, for New Year's, I couldn't be asked reviewing everything, so I just thought I'd do beer in 5 words.
Earthy, sweet melon, papaya and dry. I'm not getting the fruits like you are,
No.
but I can't taste.
Did you get
fruit.
any melon?
No.
No.
No, my tongue is literally not sophisticated enough to figure that out. It's in taste buds.
Where does this sit in Jason's Tastyville?
It's a solid 325. That.
325.
Yeah, because I was expecting it to be from the smell. I'd imagined it was going to
it
be.
didn't live up to the promise. do you
No,
think?
no, and I think
Okay.
that's part of the taste. Obviously, smell and taste are connected anyway.
Yeah.
So then I think I was primed for it to be like, woo, but it was just
Underwhelming.
underwhelming, yeah. But I mean, it does look good.
They do. I'm really impressed with the way that they look. I know we do kind of drink with our eyes a little bit as well.
Yeah, yeah, and it's creamy, good mouthfeel.
Are you watching Instagram?
Instagram is creamy. But yeah, I think there's something just.
Do you get what I'm saying with the earthiness? So a Galaxy is quite an earthy hop.
Right.
So it's I don't know how to describe it. For me, it does smell and sort of taste like the grounds of the earth. I find it. It's really odd. But I get it a lot with Galaxy, and I don't normally like it, but I've sort of grown to it a bit more recently.
Interesting.
As long as it's not at the forefront of the beer.
It's hidden. No, but
You get like an earthy bitterness. Does that come through a bit?
I get the bitterness at the end, and it's sort of lingering around the back of your mouth. But like I said, I don't get the same nuances you get.
No biscuits.
no buttery biscuit base.
No buttery biscuit base.
No, I don't get that. But I think that's probably why I smell more of what's going on than taste what's going on. I'm missing the connection. Maybe that's why I rate everything so different.
Would you rate this better than Derek?
On par, really, actually.
On par.
Because I could easily drink this, and I could easily drink a can of that, or like
Yeah.
2 cans of either. in a like Wednesday night beer. But what is this?
It's a Thursday night beer, isn't it?
Oh, it's 6.2. Oh, I mean, that's good for 6.2 because you don't get any alcohol in that.
It's a Thursday, Friday beer, that.
This is a Friday beer at 6.2.
Unless you're doing Stout Advent calendar.
And then it's a January beer.
Just a breakfast beer, that.
Just a warm up.
Beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed 6.2 on that.
No,
Sneaky
yeah.
ABV. I guess because of the creaminess, it hides the.
Yeah, is there lactose
alcohol.
in there?
No.
No lactose. Okay.
No. The label's in a few different languages. Barley, oats, wheat.
Barley or wheat. 10 beers they've done. That's not bad for their first 10 beers.
No.
Is it?
No, it's nice.
So yeah, I had Seagull King 2 nights ago, and I had Lava Lamp Encryption last year sometime. And they were just wicked. Yeah, really good double IPAs. Really impressed. Took me back a few years, I think, because nowadays it's just all juice, isn't it? It's a bit...
Juice
these,
bomb.
Well, these dippers now, they're all just a bit...
Juice bomb.
Yeah, they're all just juice bombs. So I think
No
that
dank,
sort
just
of
juice
like...
bomb.
Yeah, I kind of like the little bit of hoppiness.
Yeah.
That little bit of bite and a nice bitterness. Like it seems to be like a good blend, maybe like a bit West Coasty as well.
I think there's a few things going on, but they all balance out. Like there is that heavy smell, but it's a smooth, creamy drink, and then nothing is really like ripping your mouth to shreds.
Yeah, you don't like over offensive beers, do you?
No, when there's like chinook to the eyeballs and your teeth curling on themselves, and you're like, oh, this was really pleasant, and then it's like, oh, what's happened to my mouth? Someone over eggs it at the end, and it just ruins the drink, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, well.
Sorry, I can't go, what's happened to my mouth?
But you know what I mean? Like the finish on a beer can really ruin a beer, because then you know what's coming and you've still got half a glass to finish off.
No, that's true. That lingering bitterness, like if it's lingering a bit too much, and then you go in for more, and it just...
Yeah.
It's never ending, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels like you're punishing yourself. What else has been rated? Is anything else been checked in?
Yeah, so like I said, they've had those
what's
two.
What's the number one?
It's the Seagull King, the one I had a couple of days ago that had a 4.3. They've also done 2 pretty big stouts. So they did a hazelnut dream cake that had 4.25 average, and then they had a VANTABLACK Creatures. What's a VANTABLACK?
Vanta sounds German.
Well, I think I made it sound true.
Oh, VANTABLACK.
VANTABLACK.
VANTABLACK?
VANTABLACK is a brand name for something.
Paint. It's a paint colour.
Is a brand name for a class of super black coatings.
Paint.
Yeah, okay.
VANTABLACK.
VANTABLACK Creatures. What does that mean?
Black
Super black
creatures.
creatures.
Yeah.
So are we talking crows?
Blacker than that, because as a side note, VANTABLACK paint got made, and only one artist in the world, I think, was allowed to use it. Some Indian guy.
Right, okay. What is it? The blackest of blackest?
It's not the blackest paint anymore, because a guy called Stuart Semple created black.
When did you become some sort of encyclopedia for black paint?
For the blackest paint? I don't know where and how.
Yeah. So you want to explain Panty?
It just made me laugh. Panty Stout.
Panty Stout.
It just made me laugh.
So the theme of this podcast was to look back in 2021, look forward a bit into 2022 to see if there's any trends. So far, only this beer is one that we're looking forward to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what you have got is a beer that you received back in 2021 called Panty.
Panty Stout.
Panty Stout.
It made me laugh.
And you thought we'd have it on the pod.
We'd have it on the pod just purely because it's funny, but it's got a 3-4-1, so not completely null and void.
Yeah, it's from Oedipus Brewing. Okay, never heard of them.
Nope.
We haven't got a bottle opener, have we?
I've got some keys.
I've got some keys. Not that kind of keys.
I've got Darth Vader.
Nice.
Got that from Daz.
Cheers, Daz. You've just opened some panty.
First time in years.
Nice. All right, so if you are listening to us, I would just like to let you know it's not VANTABLACK. It's definitely black. I would say black as night. Quite shiny. Very light brown. Roasted head.
It's got forest fruits underneath that, like alcoholic whiff. Oh, actually, what's the end?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of roasted malts. That's about it. And maybe a little bit of chocolate.
Very non-offensive.
But it is easy to drink.
Super easy, 6% stout. So did you see that thing? They had the CGI parts of Daniel Craig's hair in the film. Like he had greys and stuff. In the latest Bond, they had to... Just no time to die. Told you I spent 250 quid on a belt.
I didn't know you did that now.
Didn't fit. Fucking huge waist.
He's cooking now. He's cooking now. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's been one I've been saving.
Yeah, huge waist, yeah, good one.
Huge waist.
All right, let's go to the final beer, which you're going to struggle to open again.
Yeah, I'll try a different keyring this time. I'll try some keys instead.
Not that kind of keys.
Keys, Alicia, keys. And just when you hadn't had enough stout all over Christmas, some Bourbon County.
Yeah, so this Bourbon County Stout, it is a beer that's obviously been around for a very long time. We didn't really get access to the beer here in the UK as easily as we have been in the last couple of years. For some reason, the distribution seems to be a lot better now over here, so we seem to be getting it quite regularly. I've had the 2020 version. This is the 2021 version. Yeah, I had it on Christmas Day. I was saving it up for a year. I just heard a lot of things about it. In the sense that it's Goose Island and their ownership is somewhat questionable, but regardless of what's going on in that sort of area, this beer is still a bucket list beer.
What's the questionable ownership?
Not sure.
Oh, really?
In the words of Aaron, war crimes.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
War crimes.
I don't know.
War crimes.
But I think they lost a lot of credibility. There's obviously a lot of heritage towards the beer, but you know what? At the end of the day, if it's helped them scale up and we're getting it, and there's no difference to the beer, then it kind of is what it is. When I watched a lot of reviews, I got a lot of people told me a lot of different things about the beer. So I was expecting chocolate, fudge, bourbon, coconut, molasses, all these types of things. And when I got it, I was just like, I had it on Christmas Day, I was like,
none of it.
Coconut as fuck.
All right.
I just got a lot of coconut.
It's coconut and parking.
You get parking. Oh, yeah. So like treacle, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I get that.
But it's also like a shit coconut sweet thing. Remember you get the coconut mushrooms?
Almond? You get almond?
No.
Like a sweet marzipan-y marzipan.
So this is why there used to be those coconut mushroom sweet things. that had like a weird coconut covered mushroom top with a little white fondant stalk thing.
Macaroons.
No, it was a weird 80s sweet. We used to
right.
sell them at shop. That's what it reminds me of.
You're getting a bit of that.
Yeah, that's the fake
Okay.
coconut in the sugar.
But there's no adjuncts in this, so this is straight up brewed, old-fashioned style, stored in barrels for
Yeah,
however
I
many
guess
months
what
or whatever, and then distributed.
I guess maybe some of the sweetness comes from the barrel, like the smell.
So they say that a lot of the oak, pardon me, good carbonation on the last few drinks. They say that a lot of the oak from the barrel plays a good part into the flavour, which is the sign of a well barreled beer, right?
Yeah, everything you smell is everything you taste. That treacle, desiccated coconut.
Yeah, I got a lot of coconut, but then when I watched these reviews, not a lot of them did say coconut. But for me, it's just coconut
Yeah.
AF. In terms of drinkability, I think this is just right for me. So we talked about it in episode 1. Do you remember in our first thing? We talked about barrel aged beers,
Yeah,
and we said barrel aged beers sound great,
but
and if
they're
you're a
not.
whiskey lover, then fantastic.
Yeah,
But sometimes when you get to have the beer, it's just a bit overpowering, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ!
yeah, that's all you've got.
That's
Here you're still getting.
I think it's just right, personally. I think they've got it just right. It's not overpowering. It's just enough to linger there in the background. I think that bit's nailed, personally.
Yeah, I think the sweet and because it is 14.4%, they've done well to balance that out completely. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
for
not
sure.
harsh. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay, let's go to mouthfeel.
I'm now getting a bit of a licorice after,
Interesting. Yeah.
and I'm not a big fan of licorice. I think that's what's doing it for me now, is that lingering licorice.
They're very sticky on that back end. You can feel it on your lips, can't you?
Yeah, but it's pretty non-offensive, and they've hidden the alcohol so well. I think that can make something like this, where you can hide the raw edge of the alcohol by not having it super sweet or too harsh. But the bourbon bit's lost.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah, bourbon's distinct in it. Like you drink a bourbon.
You think if a...
I wouldn't know this was within a bourbon barrel if someone just brought it.
Okay, right. So, I'm going to bring up a point that I mentioned in my review when I had this on Christmas Day. So this was made in 1992.
Oh, really?
It was first brewed in 1992.
It's been in
And
there
then
that long.
for a number of years, due to legal issues and competition issues, I'm not sure what they were, I don't know the full details, it was eventually packaged for the first time in 2005.
Oh.
So, with that in mind, the fact that it's the best part of 30 years old, potentially.
Yeah, that's gonna have a. That's probably why.
How does that fare up to, say, some of the stouts that you get now, and some of the barrel-aged stouts and stuff that you get now, like, considering the fact that it's quite an old beer, like, it's quite ahead of its time, I think.
Yeah, the fact that did you say 90?
It was first brewed in 1992, but due to legal and competition issues, they didn't actually
Sell it.
package and sell it until 2005.
So was it barreled in 92 then?
It will have been, yeah.
That's why it's lost the bourbon.
Oh, no, not that beer.
Oh, wow, that's what I'm confused. I was like,
Yeah, no, the first brews were done in 1992.
And they left them in there till 2005.
No.
What?
So it was first brewed in 1992. They'll have gone through the brewing processes, and they do it every year. It was only up until 2005 that they could actually sell it and package it and sell it. But they made it every year.
And then what did they do with it?
Well, they would have given it to locals, and
Oh, right.
so you can keep every bottle up to 5 years.
That's interesting.
But it's brewed every year. But what I'm getting at is that the beer is not this beer.
No.
What I'm saying is it was first created in over 30 years ago.
That's way before anyone was thinking about
Exactly.
barrel
So
aging.
I was getting to the point where, all right, yeah, I've probably tried a lot of beers in that time, which are probably better, but do we have to appreciate it? Because
Yeah, I mean, these are all
it was ahead of its
hand-labelled.
time massively.
These are all hand labelled because that's way off. Someone labelled that on a Friday, ready to drink one themselves. So this concept, they've had it under wraps that long. That's pretty mad.
So does that change your opinion on it a bit more?
Not really, because whatever bourbon barrel this particular batch went in, I don't see it like, well, I don't taste it. But that just might be my, oh yeah, since 92.
There you go.
Bourbon County. Fuck.
So I'm struggling right now because I had this on Christmas Day and I'm sat here and obviously I'm giving you loads of facts about it and I'm taking in what you're saying, but I'm actually enjoying this beer now more than I did on Christmas Day. So on Christmas Day, I think when I poured it out and I went through the whole process of taking the picture, doing the review, doing all that, writing about it on Christmas Day, which you don't really want to do, maybe did alter the experience of having the beer. And then I was trying to remember everything that I've heard about it and all the reviews that I've watched about it and taken into account what flavour profiles everyone had got. But now that I've actually just got to sit down and go, and enjoy it, I'm getting the same flavours, but I'm actually enjoying it more.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be intrigued if there's some stores up to 5 years. So something that was ready to go off this year. So 2017.
Yeah. So did you get two of them?
I got a 2020. I got last year.
Oh, so you've got last year's as well, right?
Year before's. So I've got last year's and the year before's.
Right.
But I'll save that now that I know I can keep
So you
it
can
for,
keep it up to 5 years.
well,
Yeah.
4 years because it's already a year
It's already
behind.
a year old. Yeah.
But I'd be very intrigued to see something that was from the 2017
That's a good point.
batch.
Actually, mine was a 2020 bottle,
Oh, interesting.
and this is a 2021 bottle.
Yeah. So I've got the 2020 bottle. Maybe on the next episode, we crack that open as a comparison. Yeah, I'll save it till the next episode.
And I thought it was quite boozy. I thought the bourbon came through a bit more, I guess, on the last one. But
Interesting, because obviously they're going to have to change which barrels they use, and depending on the brewery, the distillery, and how long they store their bourbon in them, and the wood they're made from, depends on how much flavour is actually staying in the wood for the stout to pick up.
so I've heard the character of the wood is a real asset to the flavour of the beer.
That's why whiskies and rum are put in barrels, to give that colour, to give the flavour. Because if you don't put them in a barrel, they're all clear spirits. So Bacardi's not aged; it's clear. You stick it in a barrel, up Mount Gay rum.
So
Special barrels.
Just to round up, Bourbon County Stout. I think you had high expectations. Maybe my fault.
I thought this was going to be.
We are also late to the party, massively. So bearing in mind, this beer has been going around since 1992. I think people in the UK who have been drinking craft beer a lot probably already had this. We've only just discovered this in the last. Well, we knew about the beer before, but we've only just been able to get hold of it in the last couple of years. So we're sort of new to the party. We don't know if the recipe's changed over time. We don't know if
certain years were better than the other.
It was better than the other. I think there was a limited amount made early on. I think now that they've scaled up and the distribution's a bit better, they're making a bit more. That can also alter the taste and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe we're not getting the best vintage. Not sure. But,
Yeah, maybe we've missed
but
that.
for me, I think this is perfect for someone like my brother. I think he loves coconut. He loves whiskey. He loves stout beers. I think he's going to really enjoy
Loves
this.
dark things
He
inside.
loves all things dark, including VANTABLACK.
All up inside.
I think it's good. I don't think it's as good as Untapped says. And
No.
Untapped rate this as the most.
Really?
It's the highest rated beer, I think.
Has it been broken down by year though? That's very.
It's still the highest rated beer.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, year on year.
So it's dominated by all the vintages and all the whatever.
Untapped hype.
Yeah. So, but I got to give it credit in the sense that
It's that old, 30 years old.
And
a,
it's
thir-
still-
a style that was around before, like well before you were drinking, well before I was properly drinking. This was already someone's pipe dream.
I was 5 when this beer was made.
I was 11.
Yeah.
Was I? Yeah.
Was I?
Was I? I don't know, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
3 minus 30 years when I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play to them that they've managed to have an idea for this long. I wonder what else might come this year then.
So we don't really get access to a lot of the other variations they do, but I think they do somewhere between 5 to 10 different variations of
Interesting.
stouts. I know they did a lot of anniversary beers a few years ago.
Oh, interesting. I might be in the States in April,
Yeah.
so I might be able to try and pick up one.
Yeah. So I mean, they're normally winter releases.
Hashtag content.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they last 5 years, there
Then-
might be some old bottles I can get.
I would be interested to try some of the other variation ones. I couldn't name which one, what they are, but I have seen the bottle lineup. But
Bourbon County, Custard Cream County, Nice Finger County,
yeah,
Rich Tea County.
Rich Tea.
It's not biscuits.
Goose Island, Bourbon County,
Bourbon
Stavanger,
County,
Stavanger
Stavanger
VANTABLACK
County,
beer,
VANTABLACK
please.
County. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my itinerary of beers to try when I'm in Washington.
I mean, we were just 100% dissing brewery tours, but that is probably one brewery tour that would be part of the bucket list. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to Chicago, but I would take a trip. But again, you'd go there and it'd be just big silver brewing tanks. And here, this is where we brew their Bourbon County Stout. We can't show you the barrels, because that's in a different building.
Yeah.
Not allowed in
Great.
there. Nice. So, since we've hinted on American breweries, what do you think is going to come in the trends for 2022? Because I hear on the grapevine, on the hop vine, West Coast is going to come back.
West Coast is definitely making a comeback.
And
I
it's
think
all 2022.
whether
Everyone's
it's, I think we slowly started to see breweries make more West Coast beers. I think it is definitely coming back to a certain extent. Will it ever be the same as maybe what it was many years ago when people were doing Sierra Nevada and all that kind of stuff? Because of the changes to certain hops, I don't know, but you are 100% correct. I think we're going to see more West Coast style in 2022.
What's going to die?
Hopefully black IPAs. Sorry, Hopsy. Bye. No.
Is that not just a stat? Oh, no, it's not. Apparently, no.
White stouts, they need to go.
White stouts, black stouts, milk stouts.
I don't mind milk stouts. Don't mind milk stouts. You've got to get it right though. But it is a bit like
Custard.
milky sugar in it.
Milky sugar.
Do you know
custard.
when you like when you were younger, you like a hot milk with sugar in?
No.
No?
No, I just had milk.
With a
on
bit
its
of
own.
bourbon? No.
I used to barrel age my milk
That's how I used to get to bed.
in pickle barrels.
I think we're gonna see more pastry sours So on the Volt side, where like, you've got those 10% pastry sours, taking sugars out, putting sweet sugars back in, and it's just bloody fruit smoothies. I think we're going to see more of them.
Which I don't mind.
Don't mind. I think we're going to see a sour tipper.
Oh, we're going to get sours into.
So we've had sour IPAs. I think we had a sour dipper last year. I'm basing this on UK breweries. I'm not sure about America.
Worldwide.
But I wouldn't surprise me if we see a sour tipper.
Oh, God. I think that's where it'll just turn into gone off umbongo.
Umbongo.
They drink it in the Congo. I think it'll be rank. I think sours work because they're generally like, you get them around that 6.5, 7-ish max, and you don't taste the alcohol.
Hey, mango coconut drink cake, mate. You don't understand. I wish I'd got another bottle for you.
They're so hard to get, some of the good ones. They don't even have them at shop.
I'll double up. I'll double up on the next ones.
Well, I might just do a case order.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know, because I was thoroughly impressed with that. Thoroughly impressed. I had a very random sour at Plough, because the can was like coming to, and December's date on it, and it was like, can have it for £3. I was like, oh, like a bargain. And it had everything on the tin. It had in microscopic flavour doses. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, not quite the same, is it?
No. But so you reckon super strong, thick as treacle sours?
Yeah.
Gloop, gloop, gloop. West Coast pales. And
I think
super
I
sours.
think West Coast dippers are going to come back. I think it's all going to be about smoothie-esque beers.
So do you think the dipper and tippers are going to just fall off the
No,
map
I think breweries in UK, they do like to do birthday tippers.
Right.
So when it's their birthday month or week or whatever,
So there's still going to be a steady roll.
there's still going to be a decent amount of tippers coming out throughout the year. I think Cloudwater have nailed tippers. I think every time they release one, it's on point.
Their tippers and their imperials are always good.
Yeah.
Always.
I think last year was the year of the tipper, I think, but I personally, it's not that I'm getting sick of them. I don't think they fit into my beer routine very well.
No.
And I think they are, they're a chore.
It's a one drinker, isn't it?
It's a one drinker. I want to get to the point where I can go, do you know what? I want a nice pale and I want a nice IPA.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if the IPA needs to be a dipper, that's fine. But yeah, maybe that's me. It's not everyone. Everyone obviously has their own way to drink, and they all drink differently.
Do you think the UK market will embrace a whole flood of West Coast?
There's a market for it.
But I'm like out. So like in all the tap rooms, do you think there'll be a spike, and then people will like, well,
No.
actually, I don't like the West Coast.
No, I think they will. I think there will always be. Say you've got 5 pumps, or you've got 5 to 10 pumps. I think 75% of them will be IPA, and I think you might be able to experiment with the other lot. And unfortunately, the West Coast, because they're not produced as often enough and frequently enough, they will always be in the 25% of other experimental pots. I think that's just the way it is, unfortunately, because we're sort of in a culture now where people have grown up to like these hazy beers, and they never experienced maybe what was going on with the West Coast kind of stuff. I, myself, I'm just starting to like West Coast, because the first time I had Sierra Nevada, I didn't like it because I had a hazy beer before it.
And you're like, oh.
I was like, oh, well, juice is better than this haze. Over time, I've grown to like certain types of bitterness and West Coast style grapefruit and all that kind of caramelly kind of feels. And I've gone, oh, actually, the West Coast is not too bad. No. But the frequency in which it's made has come down. So, but now that we're seeing it a bit more and people are getting a bit better at producing it, I'm encouraging that they deliver, but I just don't think it's ever going to take over Haze Bomb.
Haze Bomb, Juice Bomb, Dank.
It's just not. Unfortunately, it's just not going to take over it. But the reason why it's not going to take over it is because there's just so many good hazy beers.
Yeah. So
we just had one today. Like,
yeah,
that's a good. And they've not even made more than 10 beers yet.
No, it's interesting because for a long time, even in the Midwest, in the States where I used to be like hanging out, it was ambers, amber ales and West Coast styles, and they were all local to the Midwest, but that's all you'd get in every tap, and they'd have like 8 taps everywhere you went.
Yeah,
but it was all the same. But then you'd also get in every place like Budweiser and Bud Light and Coors and shite. But yeah.
Can I just say, as much as maybe you didn't like this beer, it's gone down quite well.
I'm drinking it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. It's not something I'd crave, but it is drinkable. It's not as, I think if it did have more of a bourbon flavour for me, and less of that licorice tone at the end, I'd definitely enjoy it a lot more. But yeah, it isn't offensive.
Yeah, I'm worried after 5 years. I think a lot of the good things I like about this beer, which is the sort of like the sweet coconutty side and that you get from it, would maybe dissipate. I think you'd end up getting more of a harsher kind of beer over 5 years. So I'm kind of worried about, like, I've got another bottle of this, and I'm obviously thinking of saving it. I'm like,
is it going to fade?
Is it going to fade? Yeah.
And
how's it going to
just
fade?
be a syrup gloop in alcohol.
But we'll have to wait and see.
That's when you give it your brother.
Yeah.
Larry.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Tell us what you think. Tell us your beers of 2021. Tell us what you think about upcoming beers in 2022. Are you down with Bourbon County? Or are you against them because of what's happened with Goose Island, which we have no idea about, but everyone seems to hate it?
And between now and the next podcast, I'll do some reading and figure out what Goose Island and Chicago have done. Figure that out.
And then other things you can comment about. Are you into Derek? Are you into pannies? Are you into panny hose? You let us know, whatever.
Yeah.
Comment down below. The sillier the better. In the meantime,
drop any comments of something you think will be a trend beer for 2022.
Tell us your trends,
Trend breweries, trend styles, or if you know there's anything new, like a new-ish twist on a style, or a new old favourite, anything, put it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. We shall be doing more episodes this year, a minimum of 12.
Once a month it seems to be all we can do, but we're going to get out and about. We're going to try and do some more. So,
we did promise last year an out and about series. We've just not had the time to get on it, but we've definitely got Preston to scout about, get some reviews and talk to the local gaffers of all these places, because they're all pretty sound, and they all serve decent beers. And then we need to hit up the Northwest Mecca, that's Manchester, since Cloudy and Trap are literally across the road from each other now in tap rooms.
Agreed, yeah.
And then there's a billion others that have come up. So hopefully 2022, more content coming out, more clips. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram.
Comment down below. Stick with us. Peace.
2/3 1 podcast.